How's everyone? Everyone all right? Thank you for that warm welcome as well. I appreciate it. It's good to be back at, well, not back at the O2 in the sense that we're confident to compete anywhere, but it's good to be back in the ring after 8 to 9 months out of the ring. It's not good to take that much time out of the ring. You know, if you want to be good at something, you've got to do it consistently. Coach got me in the right position to compete for 12 rounds against someone that wasn't ready to go. Maybe I could have let my hands go a bit more. Maybe this, maybe that. But that's all in the past now. And all we can look forward to is what's going to happen in the future. So, yeah, it's just good to be back and getting the ball rolling again. And we're climbing the ladder. We're climbing the ladder once again.
AJ, were you happy with that performance?
Deep down, I'm not happy because ultimately the ultimate goal is a knockout. There's nothing that can top a knockout. Anything short of that isn't what I'm happy with, if I'm honest with you. But it is what it is. As I said, I can't look back anymore. What's done is done, and I can only build on that. That's the mindset.
Were you pushing for the knockout?
There was opportunities. There was opportunities for sure where I pushed. But you know what as well? I'm fighting someone who come in with a plan to win. He had a good training camp. You know, you saw him last time out. He went 12 rounds with Dylan. So he's fresh. I think he had four months out of the ring, so he come off a good 12 rounds with Dylan. He had a good camp this time. He said he's fit. He's fresher. So, yeah, he done well. He done well to stay in there. I wish I could have taken him out.
You looked a little bit frustrated at times when Franklin was holding on to you, especially in the later rounds. Was that frustrating for you, especially if you were trying to push for that knockout?
So number one, I can't blame Franklin for anything that goes on in that ring because it's all about me. Everything that happens in life is not to blame others. I've got to take accountability. So if I didn't want Franklin to hold me, I had to move my feet and create space. So that's just down to me. And if I would have created space, I would have been able to get that knockout. So it's not him, it's all me.
What happened to the final belt tonight?
Sorry?
What happened to the final belt tonight?
Honestly, it's just a fight. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're fighting someone who wants to win. He wanted to win, and he's like, in the round by round, we're kind of talking to each other. You know, I'm pushing his head and shit like that. So there's a bit of like ego, pride that happens in that ring, and it just spills over until the final bell. And that's all it is, really. It's all respect. It's all respect. But at the same time, it's a fight. It's different. When you're in that square circle, it's a different kind of energy that you may not or someone else may not understand.
Did you get on your skin because there was an exchange at the end of the first round as well?
In terms of getting under my skin, I matched it. I matched that energy. So no, it didn't get under my skin. I just kind of raised my game. You want to trash talk? I trash talk as well. Yeah.
AJ, later on in the round, you seem to come back into yourself. Earlier on in the fight, you was kind of tentative, kind of like sussing each other out. But what I will say is we usually start panicking after round 7 with you, but you really came into yourself and you hurt him with a body shot. Why did you not follow up with that shot? Because he really crunched like he was going to go.
He crunched, correct. So it's a situation that you can find yourself in where you land one shot and the fighter's looking like they're ready to go and you go rushing in to land another shot and they're just not there for the taking yet. If a fighter was there for the taking, believe me, if I see a wounded animal, I'm gonna go in for the kill. But someone like Jermaine, if there was 13 round or if this was a 15 round fight, he wouldn't have survived. But it's a 12 round fight and he managed to see the final bell. Credit to him. But if I could have, I would have, 100%. It just, for me personally, I just didn't see it was there.
But then we talk about your development as a fighter then, because the previous AJ would have literally went in for that kill. So talk to us about kind of like the maturity that you've had where you've gone with your new trainer Derek and you kind of like maybe waiting for better opportunities and not rushing in, because Jermaine was a fighter that if you land something on him, he's going to come back with 5 more shots or 3 more shots. Being sensible about your approach.
Styles make fights. Jermaine's actually a counter-puncher. So in the fight, you're downloading information at all times. When you're fully concentrating, you're reading everything that's happening. and I could see he was a counter puncher. So, yeah, like when you say like the old AJ, for example, we can look back at times with Klitschko. We went in for the kill in round 5, and the only reason that he managed to survive to the 11th is because I gassed. I blew a gasket in the ring. So then we fast forward to, for example, the Pulev fight, where I thought I was so close to taking him out. I probably threw about 200 punches in a round trying to take this guy out, and he survived. He's a tough guy. So then I realized, okay, you know what, I've got to get back to my boxing, be clever here. So through experience is the best teacher. And you'll see so many fighters after me come up and go through that process of throwing everything in the kitchen sink at certain fighters that just aren't ready. Their will is on a sky high and they just don't want to give up. So you'll soon see some of these younger fighters coming up, go through that same process, and they'll soon figure out, you know, I've got to get smarter in the ring. Because it's a fight, don't get me wrong, and it's a sport where you take people out. But I'll be honest with you, Mike Tyson went 12 rounds with people like Pinkland Thomas and I think it was Tony Tubbs. Tony Tucker, yeah, he went 12. What's wrong with me going 12 rounds? You know what I mean?
So finally, to your trainer then, Derek James, the tutelage, the training, the graft, taking away from us, your thoughts on your fighter's performance?
Well, you know, I think he did a good job. I think that, for me, he followed the game plan because it was so much about getting past this guy and winning the way that we wanted to win. Knockouts, so yeah, they're good, but win with the strategy and the game plan that never let him into the fight. That's what it's all about. And that's what he did. He was able to control every aspect of the fight, and and now we have that. That's our foundation. So if y'all go back and look, that's the foundation. So now we have nothing but to do but get better and better and better. That's all I care about.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
AJ,
Yes.
the last time we saw you after the Usyk rematch, very emotional. And
Yeah.
Joshua, how much of a relief is it for you today to be sat here as a winner, so you've got like a foundation to build towards another world title?
In a way, I feel like you guys and outside pressures put so much pressure on this thing of winning. What can I say? It's an honor to win, of course. That's what we train for. But let's say a fighter loses. He has to just rebuild and come again. I'm going to stop putting that amount of pressure on myself and just work hard and do my best. That's all I can do in that ring.
You've been guilty of that in the past then, putting pressure on yourself.
I'm telling you, it comes with pressure. The game brings enough pressure. And through experience, as we speak about, I've learned like coping mechanisms because, you know, the pressure can definitely have an effect on someone. Like, a lot of people don't see what fighters go through when they're alone after a fight that they lost in their own head, even after a fight that they won. Look at what happened to Tyson Fury after he beat Vladimir Klitschko. So there's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves. So you have to kind of remove that expectation, i.e. the knockout, and just do your best. Any fighter coming up, like, just do your best because that's all you can do.
You mentioned Tyson Fury there, so you mentioned him in the ring. I'm sure you
Did I mention him or was I asked? I'm always asked back for you.
You were asked and you responded. I know, and you sort of about you training with Derek, and obviously the more you train with him, the better you get, and you'll be able to get that style and learn more from him. But if you were offered Dillian White or Tyson Fury next, what would you prefer?
Well, 100% Tyson Fury. I think that, yeah, that's the pot of gold. That's the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, bro. That's what it's about. So, yeah, definitely Tyson Fury.
Do you feel like you've peaked, or do you feel there's more years to find him?
The thing is, we can never know until you keep on challenging yourself. Today was a victory, so we're still climbing the ladder. So I can't actually answer that question until we plateau. But today was a victory, so we're on the high right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
About pressure.
Yeah.
That ring walk today.
Yeah.
You've mentioned it's the first time you've got a win since Pulev now.
Mhm.
What was the pressure like going out there today?
What was the pressure? None. Remember, I said from experience of going through putting that pressure on myself, I removed all shackles of expectations because I can't live in other people's expectations. It's only me out there. I've got to do what I've got to do and do it to the best of my ability. So with that being said, I found myself in Texas trying to search for my own improvements. No one forced me to go out there, and we're just taking one step at a time, without any pressure on my back. The only pressure I have really is performing for the coaches, you know, and they're realistic. They understand what this game's about, and I'm going to just keep on pushing and plugging away.
Have you had the emotions going into the ring tonight as opposed to previous nights? Did it feel do or die for you?
I'm a very realistic person, yeah. Like, life is short. Life is short. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Don't put that pressure on yourself, because it will take the fun and joy away from what life's about. Like, that's one would do or die. That's a great experience to compete in front of 20,000 people. Like, there's no pressure in that. Honestly, it's a blessing. Like, when I look out that ring after a fight, I'm like, shit, like, that's nuts. Look at all these people here. Just take it all in. It's just so. It's humbling. It's humbling. I don't take any. You see I'm like, coach, I appreciate you taking me on, because it's like I don't take anything for granted. Like life every day, I don't take anything for granted. So yeah, no pressure at all. This is all a blessing.
Hey Joe, in terms of the opponent and the occasion, it was a step down from some of your most recent fights.
Confirmed. Yeah.
But did the desire still burn the same for you?
Yeah, 100%. So, it's funny because I said about the money in the press conference. And I read so many interviews where people are like, yeah, if the money's right, it's all about the money. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, why does everyone make a big deal about what I said? Everyone talks about the money. But the desire is not just about the money. It's a big factor, of course, like many of things. But I'm passionate, like self-driven, motivated. No one forces me to do this. No one forces me to get up in the morning and run. No, you know, it's tough. If it was easy, the whole gym would be filled. Eddie would have a long list of more fighters signing up to the zone and Matchroom Boxing. But yeah, I'm definitely passionate about the game, 100%. Still, for so many reasons. So the list is long, and I'm committed until it's done.
I don't want to talk about retirement again, but
Yeah.
how long do you see this story going on for?
Exactly what you said. Until the day I wake up and I'm like, forget this shit. I'm done with it. You know, until that day you wake up, and because I said this, you make the decision yourself. You wake up every morning, and it's tough sometimes. And you're thinking, shit, I can't be bothered with this. But there's something in you that's like, come on, like, we got to fight, we got to win. The minute that you start losing that desire, you got to be real with yourself. So there is no ticking time bomb that I could actually tell you when it's going to detonate, but there's a reality, and the reality I'm living is we're still chasing something, yeah, I'm still chasing a dream.
You've been a big boy and bringing big time boxing back to the UK. Do you sometimes feel that people are ungrateful?
No, because if people give you their time and their support, they expect from you. Look at the old days in the Colosseums when, you know, great warriors would go out and compete. If the fans aren't happy, it is what it is. No matter if you brought the game back or you brought energy to it, it's here today and gone tomorrow.
I'm also talking about the fighters, because I think since you been boxing.
Oh, the fighters. All these fighters are haters. Oh, pure haters. They're haters, but it's what it is. I don't expect them to like me. I don't like them either, so fuck them all. So it's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, the fighters, I see them, trust me. I see them all. Like, there's a lot of haters out there, but they're not my friends anyway, so it is what it is.
I think activity is key. I think that's one of the things that's been lacking. I mean, we talk about the Pulev defeat, November 2020, and then Fox Usyk in September 2021, and then August 2022. I would love him to box 3 times this year.
Remember, we had COVID as well.
Yeah, well, you boxed once that year.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him have a little rest and get straight back to Texas with Derek and try and have an end of summer fight, and then try and fight in December. I think that'd be great for his career.
Derek, how far do you think Anthony is away from those big fights with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder,
I think that it's really up to them, because I'm not involved in that. But for me, it's all about just keep developing him. You all saw his defense. You saw his jab more. You saw him be able to move a little bit more, but not bounce, but just step, just out of. And really, it's all about strategy and game plan. But I think that it's really up to them. So you talk to Eddie or whatever, and and really, it's we'll develop it. If he want to ask me when do I think this and that, I'll say, yeah, okay, this fight or that fight. But it's all about helping him get better and better and better, and developing him, and getting to the point to where he's more, he's comfortable in there and taking him out like he want to take him out.
Guys, we're going to have to wrap it up. I'm really sorry. It's pretty late for all of us, but thank you for coming.
Right. Is anyone